We're good to go.
All right. Who do you love most in the world?
Me? I don't know.
No, the question was who do you love most in the world, not who do you hate most in the world.
Who do I love most in the world? Probably my parents.
Okay.
I would say.
So if you, I don't know why these are the circumstances.
Oh, God.
But in order to save their lives, you have to choose whether you want to rip out your own teeth or rip off your own fingernails.
Fingernails.
You choose fingernails?
I think so. I don't think that would hurt nearly as much as getting my teeth ripped out.
Okay.
And the fingernails will grow back.
I don't think they do when they're fully ripped out.
Yeah, they do. They'll still grow back. Doesn't matter. You can't. It won't kill off. And even when you get a dead nail, it'll still wind up growing back. I've had friends who've had their fingernails come completely off. Yeah, I would much rather do that.
Okay, that's all I had.
Oh my God! Holy Jesus! All right.
I don't know what the circumstances would have to be that somehow
anyone...
that saves their lives, but
I don't know what those circumstances would be either. I mean, I don't know. I guess if I had to choose some sort of torture, I guess. I don't know.
What if you had to eat them afterwards?
My fingernails?
Or your teeth?
Or my teeth?
You had to swallow them.
Still the fingernails. The fingernails will hopefully degrade. It's basically just skin. Teeth aren't going to fucking do that. They're going to be in my system until I poop them out. Fingernails, I would assume, since it's just basically skin. It's the same stuff as skin. So it's that'll probably digest. Maybe.
I'm not a scientist.
Ay. So what's going on, Mike?
Oh, same old bullshit as every other week.
Yep. So you wanted to talk about some Lobo?
Yeah, I was curious what your thoughts were on how Deadpool became a big thing in the Marvel Universe, kind of seemingly overnight.
Right.
Even though he was a character that I knew for years and years before everyone was on the Deadpool train. And he was great. But I feel like in DC, Lobo is becoming Deadpool. Has nothing to do with his abilities or his character, but it seems like he's someone that's been around for a while. And recently people are more like, Lobo, give me Lobo. I want Lobo. Let's get everything Lobo.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen that to an extent, but I don't know how much. I don't think it's anywhere near the Deadpool craze that's been going on. No, it's not
anywhere near the Deadpool craze. I imagine if they made a movie out of him, then it could potentially be.
See, I don't know. That's a kind of rough movie to make. Then again, Deadpool would have been a rough movie to make. But I think that, a Lobo movie would have to be almost, too violent to really work. As a mainstream movie. It would definitely have to be you couldn't put that in a Justice League. You couldn't put him in a Justice League movie.
No, but it could be a horror movie.
I guess.
I mean, there's plenty of graphic violence in good horror movies.
Right.
They're incredibly violent.
True. I guess you could do something like that with him.
I don't know anything really about him other than he's a
bounty
hunter.
Yeah, he basically can't die. He can regenerate from a drop of blood.
So he is similar to Deadpool in that fashion.
Yeah, they've had episodes where he literally regenerates his entire being from a drop of blood. So he basically can't die, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that was him that was the case. I
noticed in Young Justice, when they brought him in, his motorcycle or spacecraft was sentient. I don't remember it being like that.
Yeah, I don't remember it being like that either. But they've changed a bunch of his lore recently with the new 52. Not much, but they basically because they introduced this different Lobo, who, because Lobo originally was supposed to be a like a satire on the action hero, like the Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone. That's why he's so big and bulky. He's like the manly man, like kind of thing. So when they redid the New 52, they said, all right, well, what are the like action heroes like nowadays, like the big action stars, and they made them like a Robert Pattinson, like pretty boy, like that kind of, thin, lean, still muscular, but wears tight pants, that kind of shit.
Like a Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, like a Ryan
Or
Reynolds.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not Sylvester Stallone.
Right. Right. They're not
Arnold.
these big bulky things talking about Babe and all this shit like he would normally talk.
The main man.
Yeah. And they made it, I didn't read too much into it, but I guess the way they did it was like Lobo's a title, it's not a name. Like, and it has to do with, I don't know, you go through this thing and you like kill basically all of your like everyone in your tribe and you become Lobo or something like that on the planet. And they made it where it's like the Lobo that we've known hasn't been the true Lobo. It was this other guy. I don't know. It was weird.
So now there's a new Lobo.
Yeah,
because it's someone stepped up and took the mantle. Basically.
Well, I think it was supposed to be like the other way. Like he was kind of. I think the way I read it was he was the one who was the fraud. Like the original Lobo was actually a fraud, and wasn't the actual Lobo. If I remember correctly, because I think when they redid the comics, they had it like where this new Lobo is like his whole goal is to find this Lobo and take him out because he's pissed that he's been using his name, kind of thing. So
interesting.
Yeah,
Might be worth a read.
Might be. I don't know.
Be.
It seemed interesting. I just never got around to reading it because when I was still buying comics on the regular, like there's so many titles I was reading, and I just couldn't add another one onto it. Like,
yeah, it's insane how many different titles come out nowadays.
Oh, dude, I was getting.
There's no way to keep up.
I was getting like 12 titles a month, at least. I think.
And now they all intertwine a lot.
Yeah,
They used to, but just not so much.
Yeah, because the problem is like, especially the bigger characters that have multiple titles, like Spider-Man, Batman. I mean, there was. I think I know they dropped them down, but there is like 12 Spider-Man titles out there that are just connected to Spider-Man. So like Marvel, I'd only get the Spider-Man title. So it was Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man 2099. There was like 5 just Spider-Man titles, Spider-Man and Deadpool, like that I was getting. And then DC, I was getting like Batman had like 3 titles of Batman that I was getting,
Well, even more so now with all the teams and everything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how much DC does it, but if you were to go try and read an X-Men comic today, you get like one episode in, and then the next book, or the next episode, you're gonna be like, what did I miss? Oh, because the rest of that story was told in 4 different books.
Yeah.
4 different spin-off titles.
That happens all the time.
Pick up on this storyline in Excalibur number 187.
Yeah.
And then pick up from Excalibur in Gambit Solo. Like, wait, what? Why?
Because they want you to buy the books.
I know, but it's frustrating.
That happened a lot, like with Batman for me. Because when they do their big events, which they do every year, all these guys have their their big events throughout the year, like once a year or whatever, twice a year, and it was like, I remember the Death in the Family arc that they did, the reworked one. It was between Batman, Detective Comics, Batman Dark Knight, Batgirl, Nightwing. What was the other one? Red Hood and the Outsiders, and I think that might have been it. But it was 6 different titles that you had to follow for the one story.
Yeah,
and it was like a 3-month arc. So it's like, oh great, I gotta buy an extra, 8 books or 5 books or whatever it is.
I kind of equate like House of M to when DC did the New 52.
Yeah,
except it just didn't last. It was not like it was a series that was meant to end.
Yeah, that would have been the new Secret Wars.
So every single
Battle World
character that has their own comic book series had their own House of M series. So to read just the baseline House of M is impossible. Yeah.
I remember trying to go through all of them because
I read the whole series. I was able to find it online, and someone categorized it and put it in
in the way
chronological
that,
order.
that's kind of cool.
So I would read an X-Men here,
Yeah.
and then a like Luke Cage and
Right.
Iron Fist series here,
Yeah.
and then Dazzler, and
Right.
like, and so everything went in story order. Even though you didn't follow the same characters, you might get 4 episodes, and I call them episodes,
Right.
but you get 4 episodes in, and then you finally get back to your X-Men title, and you're like, oh, I see how it ties in. Because if I didn't, then I would just be like, I didn't miss anything. Right. But I would be like, I don't know what they're talking about here.
Yeah.
But now I understand what they're talking about.
Yeah. No, I definitely get that. It's annoying.
It's also annoying how they have different, and I'd say this not to be a dick to anybody, but how they have different artists. It's annoying if you're reading a series and then there's someone who draws completely off the spectrum, different than other people. And you're like, it just throws it off for you.
Yeah, they definitely.
If I don't like the artist, I'm usually not going to end up reading the comic.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Because it definitely takes me a while if it's a comic I like I want to read. Like Dark Knight for me, it took so long because I just couldn't get into the art, and like it's like an art style, like Frank Miller's art style kind of has to grow on you, and like it took me years to get through it because every time I picked it up I was like, I just can't do this art, I can't do it, I don't like it, and finally one day I was just like, oh no, it clicks, and it just worked.
I think it was X Factor or something in that House of M run. It was followed the detective agency run by Multiple Man. I'm trying to think of his name. The guy who duplicates himself.
Multiplex?
No, his real name. The Multiple Man.
The Multiple Man. Okay, no, Multiplex is DC.
He was even in the X-Men The Last Stand movie.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of his name because that's what he goes by more than his name. And I know it, like...
Yeah,
I guarantee if we weren't talking about this right now and you asked me what his name was, it would come right away.
Right.
But like, and he runs the agency with a bunch of other people and stuff.
Right.
Like Strong Guy is there and some other people. But the artwork for that one, I just hated it. It was just like gritty, like, and purposely didn't have a lot of detail on people's faces and stuff. And it's just kind of like, let's just scratch and scratch and scratch and then scratch over it with different colors. I guess. And that kind of stuff, it's not that it's untalented. It's not for me. Yeah. And that throws a whole wrench into the series when I'm reading them. I'm like, I got to get through one of these. It was like watching the animated comic books. Right. Like when X-Men put out some movies and it's just like still images that move. Yeah, with voiceover, Yeah, you're like, this is not what I wanted.
No, not at all. Those things used to always fool me. I'm like, oh, cool, new movie. Oh, it's one of those. I'm glad they started putting like, oh, this is an animated book. Like, this is not So I'm glad they put that stuff into it. But I definitely get that.
There was a whole series that I've never been able to see though. Ultimate Comics. They have animated comics. Yeah. I've never been able to find a single episode of it because it's like on the internet. It's no longer there. Right. But I think that stuff is going to be listed in Disney Plus, which we can get into a little later.
Yeah, definitely. I completely forgot what we were talking about. Oh yeah, we're
talking about Lobo.
We were talking about Lobo. We moved on to fucking comic books.
Moved on to Marvel.
Jesus. Yeah, I don't know if he would be a good character or not to be on the screen. Like, I feel like he's the kind of character that you need. He's best as a side character. And that's coming from someone who's never really read his books. Like, I know Lobo fans fucking love him. Very similar to, I guess, like the way Deadpool. Like, they're like, it's the same kind of fan base almost. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't think he's really like. I don't think for like mainstream or like out there, he's really good for he would be good as a standalone character. Like the show they were going to do on Sci-Fi before they canceled Krypton, that Lobo show spinoff. I don't know if that would have been good or not. I don't think it could be. I think he's best as just,
but you never know. I mean,
small doses and shit.
Deadpool, I was really excited for it when I heard they were making the movie finally and everything, but I had never thought, oh, we need a Deadpool movie. Because Deadpool, to me, even though he's got a great solo series of comic books and everything, he's more entertaining when he's involved with other people.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Which is why I'm excited for the third Deadpool movie. If they do it the way they originally planned before Fox sold everything, that was going to be the start of X-Force. So that would make, I mean, I'm sure he would still be the lead, but there would be other people for him to interact with instead of just breaking the fourth wall, which everyone seems to think is so fucking cool and clever these days. It's like, everyone does it.
Yeah. Ferris Bueller did it.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Even him, I'm kind of getting I'm a little tired of his movies. Like, where do you go? Yeah. Like, unless you're going to bring death in and do the whole thing about death.
Which they really should have done.
I mean,
I think a phenomenal side story that would never get made, but could be, is if Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, got together with Josh Brolin, Thanos, and some of the creators, and they wrote a mini 30-minute side movie that went alongside with Endgame and Infinity War, and talked about how his real inspiration for this was death. It wasn't about cleansing the universe or making it, like, you know, habitable with deleting or, you know, killing off 50% of everything, but really the untold story that he didn't tell anyone was that he was doing it for death, and then him and Deadpool could fight it out, and because they've been enemies for so long because of death.
Yeah,
they're
they hate
two
each
characters that are fighting for the same love, of dying.
Yeah. But I think it would be crazy if they brought Death in and made her the girlfriend. Like, the whole time she's been Death the whole time, and he's had no idea or whatever. And
the chick from Gotham.
Yeah, I guess that's
the girlfriend from the two movies. Basically.
Yeah.
Okay,
I can't remember her name.
Firefly.
Oh yeah, she was Firefly.
She
Holy
was the,
shit!
Prostitute.
Yeah, she was the Intergalactic Hoe.
Yep.
God damn, holy shit, how did I never put those things together? Never. And it's not like she looks any different. She looks exactly, now that I'm thinking
identical,
about it, she looks exactly the same. Shit, how did I never notice that?
Although for some reason when I watch her in Gotham, I don't like her.
Yeah, I haven't watched Gotham. And it's
not her character. I feel like she looks weird, but she looks identical, but she just doesn't look.
Yeah.
Like, I don't look at her like, wow, you are so gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like I did in Firefly and in Deadpool and in other things she's been in.
Yeah.
But in Gotham, I'm kind of like, I feel like maybe they dolled her up a little too much.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch.
I'm a fan of Barbara Gordon in that show.
I only watched Gotham for like the first few episodes, and I was like, this is boring.
It gets a lot better.
That's what I've heard.
I'm currently watching it for the last season right now.
Yeah. Which I supposedly the kid's going to take up and be in the Batman. Oh, he's already.
Yeah,
in the
show's over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's done. And he did don the outfit, I think, in the last episode.
That's pretty cool. I'll give it that.
So the whole last season, he is becoming a vigilante. He wears all black and stuff, and he goes out, I guess. And I haven't seen any of it, but I'm.
Yeah, I forgot that season even came out. That's how I thought it was.
Well, like
year.
I said, the last episode, there are so many shows and so many comic book things going on nowadays. It's impossible to keep up with all of them.
Oh, it really is.
Unless you don't have a job and you're supported by someone else.
Yeah.
Then you can just sit home all day and watch everything.
Yeah, it was. I mean, yeah.
Just like you can't read all the comic books either.
Yeah.
I don't know how some people do it.
No, I don't know how. I mean, I used to be able to do it at my other job, just because my old job, because we, they didn't really care if we read shit while we were, working or whatever. So like, it's like, all right, cool, I can read while I'm working. But
I used to do that too sometimes in the summer downtime, but digitally.
Right.
But not anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. And I obviously can't do it at the new place, so whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just catching up on all the CW shows. Like I was telling you earlier, I just finished Arrow season 7 and started out and watched through the new season as well. But I still got to finish half of Supergirl. I got to finish. I'm probably not going to watch Black Lightning, to be honest. I really don't have any desire to watch that show. I watched the first like 2 seasons, and I was just like,
I watched the first couple episodes of the first season. I never got into it.
It's not great. I mean, it got a little bit better. It got better in the second season, but I don't remember if I finished the second season because I think this season was the last season, or no, this is the third season.
I think this is the third season.
Yeah, so I didn't finish last season. I think I started to watch maybe I got through the first few episodes. The end of season 1 gets good. Like it does get pretty good because you find out the kids have powers, which is in line with the comics. So it's like him training them to be thunder and lightning. And the one doesn't want to really be it, but the other one does. And maybe I did watch most of season 2. I don't remember.
Who cares?
I don't care.
It's not a show that you want to watch.
Yeah,
I don't know why you're spending this much time talking about it.
I don't know. It was a good idea, but
back to the Lobo and Deadpool comparisons. I mean, we're talking about how the next Deadpool movie is supposed to be bringing in X-Force,
right?
And we got a glimpse of that in the second Deadpool movie. Where he brought all the characters together, even though they all died. Yeah. I love that the Invisible Man was Brad Pitt,
which I didn't notice till my second or third viewing.
And the trucker, that Cable, when he first time travels and steals their clothes and knocks them out or kills them, is Matt Damon.
Yes.
And your favorite guy, also from Firefly.
Nathan Fillion.
No,
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, Alan Tudyk. But I mean, they took the Juggernaut and they ripped Deadpool in half. Yeah. That was great.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I don't know where I was going with this, going back to Lobo, but that was the point. So we didn't know if Lobo could be a character that's fit for the screen, just like how kind of Deadpool was on the fence. So, I mean, it's entirely possible that they could. But I don't know that Lobo has enough widespread...
I don't think so either.
Knowledge.
I don't think so either because he base. I mean, he shows up in the cartoons every once in a while as a side character.
More like comic relief, to be honest. I never took him seriously other than he was very powerful.
Right.
Like Superman and him can battle it out hardcore.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's when he's that's when he's at his best. When he's just this weird side character who just comes in to be obnoxious and then leaves. Everyone's pissed off.
Or comes in and tries to be Superman, I'm idolizing you. I'm turning over a new leaf, and then fucks it up and goes, fuck it, I'm going back to myself. Pow, pow, pow.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that I don't know. But I mean, they've done other things. I mean, Marvel's put out movies and shows and stuff on characters who aren't big characters, and it's worked. No one thought freaking Guardians of the Galaxy was going to work whatsoever. I had no idea who they were, what they were, why they were, but it worked.
Yeah, I knew of them, and I knew Rocket and Groot.
Yeah,
I didn't really know Drax, Gamora, or Star-Lord, but I did know Rocket and Groot.
Okay,
and I knew what they did, who they were a part of before the movie came out. Yeah, but I had never really read anything. I've always just seen them in other things.
Yeah,
like they had joined the Avengers at one point. Iron Man joined the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if all that came afterwards or not.
Right.
But I don't know. Yeah. You wouldn't think. And that's actually one of the things that Marvel is good at, is bringing obscure characters and putting focus on them.
Right.
Versus DC saying, well, let's just keep trying to make another Batman until it works. Enough's enough. I mean, I hope you get it right.
Right.
I hope you keep trying. But don't make it your focal point.
Yeah. I think it's just that's a property that, listen, you can say whatever you want, but every single Batman movie makes a shit ton of money. So even the bad ones made money.
I feel like I'm surprised in my life that I've not been punched in the face while walking down the street, was how many times I've told people I didn't care for the Christopher Nolan movies.
Oh my God.
Not that they were bad, I just didn't like them.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I'll tell anybody who's a Batman fan. I'm like, really? You think that that's the best Batman movies that were ever made?
Yeah,
the Nolan trilogy is the greatest thing in the world? It's like, no.
Yeah.
And I heard recently that the Nolan verse, like one of the new DC properties that's going to be making a movie is going to be based on the Nolan verse, or is going to be something associated with the trilogy.
Really?
Whether it's Christopher Nolan himself or something else. And I was like, oh, great. Now you're just going to make that be garbage.
Huh.
I'd have to read. I remember I saw it and I was like, oh, we should talk about this. And then I never thought about it again.
I'll have to take a look and find out what that is.
Something's out there. I feel like no one's watching, but if you do, feel free to comment and tell me where and what it is.
Yeah.
It could have been clickbait also. I've seen so much clickbait
true.
recently.
Oh my god, it's getting insane. I know we've talked about it like 3 episodes in a row.
I've seen so many more clickbait things.
Oh my god.
And I was actually going to tell you, I was going to send you a clickbait one today, but I don't know. And I actually read a lot of it.
Yeah.
And I still couldn't tell if it was clickbait or not. But apparently before Christmas happens, there's a giant asteroid the size of the World Trade Center that's possibly going to hit Earth.
If that's what I think, I don't think that's clickbait. It kind of is, because I think that's because like that's around the winter solstice, so we go through a couple of different asteroid belts during the summer solstice and the winter solstice.
I was going to send it to you for fact checking.
Yeah, find it. I'll take a look at it.
If that's true, obviously a lot of people don't want us to know about it.
Oh yeah.
But I also feel like with today's information and shit, it would be all over the place.
Well, they do. There's a, they know for a fact that I know this is so off base, but like, I was talking about this with my buddy. So there's a meteor that every year it swings around and just gets like a little bit closer on the swing around. Like it will eventually hit us, and like we'll be able to determine specifically where it hits us. And it's like, all right, well, what are we doing with this knowledge? Like,
it's like having beachfront property. Like every year, the water gets this much closer.
Yeah, like it's weird.
But we keep buying houses on the beach.
Yeah,
completely off topic.
Yeah.
Of this episode,
100%.
But who gives a shit?
Fuck it.
That's where life takes you.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes you stumble. Sometimes you get drunk and fall down. Who cares?
Very true. Very, very true. And we got off topic of that as well.
So we're moving on to a new topic. What do we got?
What are we talking about?
I mean, we always talk about our comic books and our TV shows. So I know that you did start to catch up on some of the Titan episodes.
I did.
Strong thoughts about it that battle my theory of it being one of the most boring shows on television right now.
So I see where you're saying it could be boring. I will give you that much. I could see how you can go, oh, this is so slow. It's so slow. It's blah, blah, blah.
I mean, I'm still entertained enough to keep watching every episode.
But I think that I like the slowness of it.
Storytelling.
Yeah, because I think there's a lot of good stuff in there. And like, even though it's slow moving, I like that about the show. I'm kind of enjoying it more, like getting to know these characters and getting to know all this stuff and taking time with the story. Because like every episode does feel like I'm watching it for like 2 hours, but like
I really wish
I kind of enjoy that.
Had gotten to the newest episode, because they always do previously what happened,
right,
and it goes back to we may have talked about it last episode about Doom Patrol. It could be an episode before, how the guy who plays the Doctor, from the Rocketeer,
right?
From
Roger Dalton.
Yeah, Roger Dalton. James
Bond.
Yeah, he was not in the pilot episode,
right?
Or should I say, not the pilot episode?
The episode where
the Titans episode.
The Titan episode. Yeah.
So when they did previously on Titans, they showed the original Doctor again for Garth.
That's weird.
Like previously. I will save your life, but it had unexpected consequences kind of thing. And it showed him getting the injection, turned green and everything.
Right.
And it was the other actor, because they took the clip directly from that episode of Titans.
Oh, okay.
So I'm saying that when you catch up, now you don't have to read anything or research it. You're going to see for yourself that it was a different actor.
Okay. Yeah.
Because last time we talked, you're like, that's weird. I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah.
And I know you didn't.
No, I definitely
now you don't
didn't.
have to. You just got to watch the next episode.
Right. Yeah. Because I'm on I just started episode 9.
There's only 13.
Oh, man.
So
we only got 3 more episodes left.
All right. Well, 4 for you.
4 for me. Well, 5. But I'll have those finished tonight. I really like the dude they got for Connor.
Oh, yeah. He's great.
He's awesome.
And that episode was good.
He looks the part. The episode was awesome. Like, it's exactly how I would imagine. Like, I like him being like, it's like, yeah, he's just a newborn, and it's not like
completely different than Young Justice.
100%.
Angry.
100%.
Like Connor and Young Justice came out of the gate like angry and he's still angry.
Yeah.
On the show. Like,
yeah.
Like, all right, Tim Allen, calm down.
Yeah, I love what they're doing with him so far. I'm sure has he been in the other episodes yet?
Yeah, I mean,
like he's been up and out about.
You saw him save.
I saw him save him. I saw, and then they were curing him of the kryptonite poisoning.
So you saw Starfire, Raven. Yeah, he's up, and we talked about it last episode when I gave you spoilers about him.
Oh yeah, he like freaks out in the middle.
Freaks out. And, you know.
Okay.
Blows up cop cars and gets chased by the police.
Right.
The newest episode focuses on. No, it doesn't focus on it. It focuses on Dick Grayson, but the one before this that I guess you still have to watch focuses on that, like where he gets in trouble, and then this episode they take him and they take Beast Boy as well.
Interesting. Yeah, I can't wait to watch it. I can't. Yeah. I'm actually having a lot of fun with it.
I'm still wrapped up on the episode with Deathstroke's son.
The Jericho episode?
Jericho episode.
That was a really good episode.
Like, oh, my God. That's everything I ever wanted from this show in an episode. I was like, why can't every episode be like this?
It was so good. It really was a good episode. I'm upset that we're not going to get to see more Jericho because I liked him as a character.
Yeah, he was good.
It would be interesting if they were able to bring him back.
It was
because they have in the comics.
It was very interesting that when Dick went to go apologize and try to set things right a little bit for his own conscience,
right?
That Deathstroke was there.
You're talking
at the end of the episode, he goes to the mother and apologizes, and Deathstroke is in the family room waiting, and they have words. They don't fight or anything. That's probably
they never. No, that's probably in the next episode, or I didn't see any of that.
Did the episode end when he knocks on her door?
No, the episode ended when they all.
Oh, so then maybe it is the next episode.
It must be the next episode then, because. The last episode, the episode I watched was he came clean to the team and they all just walked out.
Yeah, and then he walks out and leaves Beast Boy by himself
in the tower.
Yeah. And he goes straight to...
No, not yet. That's probably the beginning of the next episode. Because the episode I'm watching is called Atonement. That's the new episode. So that's probably the beginning of this episode.
Gotcha. So, spoiler.
Yeah. Well, happens.
I'm not worried about spoilers. That never bother me.
Yeah, they don't bother me too much either, for the most part.
A movie could come out tomorrow that I really want to see, and I'll be at work and someone talks about it. I don't care. I'm not like, fuck you.
I don't know.
You dare tell me about that last episode of Game of Thrones. I didn't watch it yet.
Yeah, but shit, I don't know. Like,
I wouldn't spoil it.
Like, I wouldn't have wanted Endgame spoiled for me.
There was so much going on in there that wouldn't be spoilable, really. Like, if I can't think of one thing from that movie that I could tell you that spoils it. Even if I told
Black
you
Widow
Iron
dies.
Man, that doesn't spoil it.
That's a spoiler to the movie.
Yeah, but not enough to make you be like, God damn it, the movie's ruined for me. Even to say, well, Iron Man is the one that snaps is not enough to spoil the whole movie and like tell you everything that happened. And you're like, God damn it. There was so much going on in that movie.
True. All right. Better comparison would be like, I would not have wanted... I
wouldn't have wanted you to tell me that the only thing that stopped Superman and Batman from killing Superman was the word Martha, because then I would never have watched it because of how fucking stupid that is. Martha, what did you say? What did you say? I'm Batman.
All right, so better would be like Star Wars Force Awakens, like getting spoiled that Han dies. Like I definitely didn't want that spoiler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I suppose. I wouldn't want it, but I'm not going to get upset about it.
I'd be kind of pissed.
Like I said, I'm not going to be that person that goes on Facebook or something and puts a post up, didn't watch this episode yet, do not talk about it to me.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not saying that's not telling people not to post anything on Facebook. That's telling them like when they hang out together. Like, yeah, when I see you at work tomorrow, don't talk about it.
Right.
Or like those people that get it. Well, I'm not a sports person, so I can't. But like when you're like, I didn't watch the game yet. I've been at work. I recorded it. Don't tell me how it ends. Don't tell me who won.
Yeah.
It's like whatever.
I'm not really. I mean, I don't know. Spoilers don't really do it for me too much. It really depends on the movie and like stuff like Endgame. I did not want to be spoiled whatsoever. I didn't want to know anything going into that movie.
Neither did I. That was one of the movies where I cut off everything about it, and I think there was even a Google thing where you typed it into the search and it deleted everything.
Any mention of Endgame.
That was amazing. That was one of the best things Google's ever done in their entire existence. Why can't they do that more frequently?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that, like, I don't know. Like, I don't want, like, I've kept so far away from spoilers on the new Star Wars movie because they leaked a whole bunch of stuff on it. And apparently a lot of it's fucking accurate. And I'm like, nope, I haven't heard about it. I don't want to know. I'm not going to look for it. Anytime I see anything Star Wars related now about the new movie, I don't
want to know anything either. And I don't have high hopes for this movie. Right. But I still don't want to know. No. I'd rather be... I mean, I heard so much crap about the Last Jedi. Yeah. But not from reading it. I didn't read much for that movie either. Right. Because there's really not much for me to read on. I love Star Wars. Right. But I never read any of the books. Yeah. I never went into side characters. I just loved the movies. Right. The first three, or I should say the last three of the original trilogy. But I didn't go beyond that. Right. So I wasn't like a big Star Wars nerd. I was just a big fan. Right. But yeah, I heard so much shit about the Last Jedi. Yeah. That when I watched it, I was like, God damn it, you're right. But I was like, well, I'm still going to watch it. Yeah. But I don't want to know anything about this, even though I don't have high hopes for it. I don't want to know. Right. I'm curious how they're going to call it The Last Skywalker. I mean, I'm curious why it's called The Last Skywalker a little bit, if neither one of them are alive anymore. Well, see, this is me not reading into anything and knowing that. But, I mean, Princess Leia is gone, Luke is gone. Well, Princess Leia is still alive in it. Carrie Fisher died, and they actually are. They they used scenes that were already filmed, I guess, to do it. That's what they said when Last Jedi came out, though. When Carrie Fisher
Fisher was alive for Last Jedi when it came out.
No, the last Star Wars movie that came out.
Yeah, she was alive for it.
Was it The Last Jedi?
She did. She died before the movie
before
came
it was
out.
Released.
Before it was
and
released,
they said that they filmed all of her stuff and that they had done it gracefully the way that she ended up being alive in the movie. Because I thought when I was watching it and that scene happened where she got blown into space, I was like... I don't know if you call that graceful. No, because I had read something about that.
They were talking about
that was ridiculous.
They were talking about how they were going to. They filmed a bunch of other material, so they're going to try to use that and put it in as it. And I guess they figured out some way to use that, all those scenes that she still filmed and This way they didn't have to CGI or anything like that.
Just like they did for Superman.
Right.
When they had the Brandon Routh Superman, and they had extra footage from
The Christopher Reeve Superman?
Yeah. They had his dad, Jor-El.
Oh, yeah. They used Marlon Brando.
Yeah, Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used that because there was extra footage that didn't actually make it in the movie. So they was like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're doing that. I mean, that's common in movies nowadays that they have so much extra footage.
Yeah.
But that scene, though, when she gets blown into space,
I was fine with it.
Really? You were fine with her just being out there and just going,
yep. Totally fine. Totally
stupid.
fine with it.
Get out of here.
100%.
You're a dick fuck.
Had no issues with it at all. People were getting mad about that, but I was like, because you think Luke would not have taught her anything about the Force and how to use it? Like, she's Force sensitive as well. Like,
yeah, but I just don't think being blown into space instantaneously you can kick on your Force powers without thinking.
We're also talking about a magical fairy tale movie that has
some things
Force
need to
powers.
Be grounded.
All right.
Some things need to be a little grounded.
Guys with horns and skin that looks like it was tattooed on.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, though.
Yeah, okay.
Because you could do that to a human now.
Yeah, but that's like how they're born. It's a race of people.
I'm sure they're out there, though.
Probably. Absolutely. I'm okay with not, her blown up in a spaceship and being fine 30 seconds later. I'm cool with it.
With not
we got
desecrating
talking
her
bears.
name. We'll say that.
No, they won't. I don't think they will. I hope they don't. I don't know. They probably will. I mean, we'll see. It's only another month and a half, I think, or it was December 4th or 5th.
I'm curious if what I think Snoke told Rey about her parents was true or not.
It's not. No
It's
way
not.
in hell.
So are we saying that she's the last Skywalker?
100%.
Okay.
I don't know. Like I said, I could be wrong because all the leaks, which I did not read, are supposedly all true. My money would have been on, because in the story, Han and Leia have twins. They have boy and girl twins. My money was on the entire time because they're like, oh, we're taking.
That's why she takes such a liking to Han and to Leia, and
that's been my guess.
I've kind of felt that was going to happen, but
yeah, because in the story they have one son and then they have twins, and the twins, the boy winds up going evil, I believe, and like has to get brought back to the side, like. So my whole thing the entire time was, because they all say like, oh, well, we're getting rid of that extra canon, like everything starts now with just the original movies and what Disney's putting out, kind of thing. It falls on like Star Wars Legends, like it's there, but it's not part of the canon anymore.
But I mean, obviously you have to take from that.
That's what I'm thinking they're doing. They're just taking right from the canon. Like I said, I could be wrong. I obviously have not seen the movie. And if whatever leaks are true, I don't know. I didn't read the leaked information, so I don't know what they're saying is the case. And anyone's listening, do not fucking put it in the comments because I'll read that shit and you're getting fucking blocked from this channel because you're a piece of shit.
Do it because he won't. No. He won't block you.
No, I don't want to read it. But that was always my guess that they were both Skywalkers. And that all of that was fake.
Yeah, they really have an uncanny connection to the whole family.
Yeah.
Her to him and her to father and mother.
My whole guess was that it had something to do with they had to stow her away somewhere, mind wipe her, everyone else about it so they don't know, or maybe they do know. Especially because if you watch...
Very similar-ish to how... the original twins were made. Not made, but, Luke and Leia.
Right. Well, then they make a big... There's something that's said in... Force Awakens when Han and Leia meet up. I forget the way it's worded, but Han says, like, but after that happened, everything was different with us and him, or something like that. And everyone thought it was referring to
Kylo
Ren, but like the way it was worded wasn't about him, and they're like, this is right there. It's like that line right there. JJ is planting a seed, kind of thing, which I thought was kind of interesting. I was like, all right, that makes a whole lot of sense. It also would make sense as to why Leia goes to hug her over Chewie first, like, and all that kind of stuff. I don't know why. Like you're saying, why like Han was just like so quick to just be like, oh yeah, you get here. Here's the keys to the ship. Like, you're good. You
the thing I've fought the most in my life for to keep.
Right.
It's yours.
There you go. Yeah. Have fun. Like, I don't know. Like, it would make a way more sense if you find out that she actually is the daughter of Luke and Leia. It would make 100% more sense. But we'll see what they do. Like I said, I know nothing as far as spoilers.
I had this conversation with my brother yesterday.
Okay.
And I don't know how factual it is at all.
Okay.
But we were talking about the movies, and I said, I'm pretty sure that this is the last Star Wars movie they're going to make. Because I thought I read it somewhere. That they were done making franchise movies like The Mandalorian, because he thought The Mandalorian was a movie, and I thought it was when the idea first came out, but it's really a series on Disney Plus.
Right. It was what they were going to originally do, the Boba Fett movie, and decided to make this, basically.
Yeah, that's what I had said.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and I think I remember seeing somewhere that after this movie comes out, they're done with Star Wars.
No.
Now, whether or not they're done with the spin-off series, I'm not sure. Because I know that it was Solo, Rogue One, Solo, and then it was supposed to be either Mandalorian or Darth Vader. Standalone movie.
Right.
And then they were doing, that was all separate from the trilogy that they were doing. So once the trilogy is over, it's over. Because from my understanding, so they were just, if they decided there was going to be series on Disney Plus and other things.
No, so you got most of it right. There's the Anakin Skywalker saga is done. Skywalkers are done. They are still going to be making trilogy movies.
There will still be Wars in the Stars.
They're still doing Star Wars titled movies.
That storyline is finito.
That storyline is done.
No more
Skywalkers. Well, I mean, it's probably going to
no more Republic.
It's probably going to be still the Rebels versus the Empire. It's gonna continue on, just not those characters.
I did see one spoiler for the new movie. Now that you just said,
do not tell me. You
no, I will, because it's nothing, and it's exciting. It makes me want to see it. There was one of the leaked footage things was of a spaceship, and it's the spaceship from the cartoon Rebels.
Interesting.
So, like I said, that's not really a spoiler, and it's really kind of just theory. That's what it was, but that's cool because that was a really good show.
Yeah, that's one I gotta watch still.
It was a cool show because it's really like when there really aren't Jedi anymore. So even like the guy, one of the main characters, he hides the fact that he once was a Jedi, and he considers himself disgraced basically because he ran. Right. But he still has his saber and he still uses the Force, like, only when he absolutely has to. Yeah. Like that was like the beginning. I didn't keep up with the show after the first season. Right. It's hard to stream when you don't have cable and stuff.
Right.
But that was a good show. Just like the Clone Wars was a phenomenal show.
Yeah, I never finished Clone Wars.
That was great. And that's how I learned a lot of my recent Star Wars stuff was from the Clone Wars. Because it was perfectly timed in between the movies.
I saw somewhere that they wanted to get they were supposedly getting Brie Larson to play Ashoka, which I was like, no, I don't want.
Old.
I don't want.
Well, it depends on Ahsoka.
Well, I guess it would be
Ahsoka
like
or young Ahsoka.
It would be grown. It would be like in
I don't know.
current
I'm not a
times.
huge fan of her.
Who, Ahsoka or Brie Larson?
Brie Larson.
I'm not a fan of her at all.
I don't think she was a great Captain Marvel.
No. I think the problem is just like
I think I would have preferred Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, I would have liked Ronda Rousey. The problem is, for me, a lot of it's just like, it's just who she is as a person.
I don't know who she is.
Like just watching her on interviews and like, she is the epitome of like.
I know she was pissed off that she didn't get that much screen time in Endgame.
Oh well.
I'm like, oh really? The latest installment
Yeah.
of the series should get more screen time than
your,
everyone
your
else.
movie
who's been
came
doing
out
this
2
for
months
10
before
years.
Endgame.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
and you cut all your hair off.
Yeah. Well, they did that before did Captain Marvel. So like, yeah, but it's like that kind of shit. Like she's like, she grew up in Hollywood. She's been doing this shit since she was like 12 years old. Like, dad's a big movie producer, I think, or something. One of those types of people. Like,
yeah, you know who else had that life? Jason Schwartzman.
Yeah,
but he's not a dick.
Right. Exactly.
Jason Schwartzman's the best. I fucking love him. Love him so much. I love you, Jason.
There is a great clip of it's when they were doing Endgame press. It was Chris Hemsworth, Brie Larson, and Don Cheadle, all in doing press or whatever. And she's like, I'm not. She's like, Hemsworth said something about like, oh, like, you know, shout out to all like my stuntmen, like they were great, like they do things like blah blah blah. And she's like, oh, you didn't do your own stunts? I did all my own stunts, whatever, blah blah blah.
And then Tom Holland peeks around the corner and goes, so did I. Well, even though he
well,
didn't do all of his own.
Well, what happened was,
but he's like, you don't hear me talking shit about it.
So Hemsworth is like, oh yeah, like, you know, a female Tom Cruise, and she like really meanly, she's like, no, like a female me, like just a me. How about just a me, whatever? And then like 30 seconds later, she went to go touch Don Cheadle. He's like, I told you not to fucking touch me. Like, super seriously, like, don't. Like, I was like, oh, he does not fucking like her. They actually had to make a statement being like, no, I'm fine with Brie. Like, it's a fine, blah, 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 blah. It's not a big deal. I need to see
that clip.
Oh, my God. It is hilarious. I will show you after.
Put a link.
We'll put a link to the description to the interview. It's really funny, though.
We can also put a link to Don Cheadle's greatest acting role of all time.
Oh, the College Humor Captain Planet? Of course.
I mean, way to ruin it. I was kind of building up to it, but thanks. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Him and his nose make the best Captain Planet.
Oh, 100%.
Of all time. With Pedro.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Pew, pew.
That was so good.
Trees.
Oh, my God.
When are we getting Captain Planet?
Never. We're never going to get that movie. That would be a weird movie to make today. Let's be honest.
It really wouldn't. It would be more... It could potentially be more powerful today than it was then.
How do you do it without it being weird and cheesy?
Oh, no. I mean, you're right. But you could make it not... You could make it more realistic. Like, instead of the cheesiness.
Because that worked so well with Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles and all those other movies.
Well, that depends on who's doing it.
I guess.
I mean, the second Ninja Turtles movie was kind of okay.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Except for Stephen Amell playing a Casey
What's wrong
Jones,
with Stephen Amell playing Casey Jones?
No, he was fine, but like he was a cop. Like,
he was a cop in training.
That was weird.
I mean, because the first Ninja Turtles was terrible.
Yeah.
Because the Shredder was a ginormous fucking robotic outfit machine. It was like watching Wolverine Origin with the Silver Samurai. Oh, really? The Silver Samurai? Yeah,
See, Wolverine. I like the Wolverine, though.
Yeah, that's right. The Wolverine, not Origin. That was a good movie up until the point where the Silver Samurai was a 30-foot tall fucking robot.
Transformer, yeah. That was a little weird.
And then,
I'll give you that.
No.
That was definitely
Silver
weird.
Samurai was a fucking samurai.
Yeah.
He just had a silver outfit.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything gigantic.
Yeah, that was definitely a weird one.
So that was also with the Ninja Turtles, like Shredder. Like, cool. The guy who played Shredder was good until you put him in the suit and you were like, God damn it. In the second one, when they showed him, he was kind of normal sized with the suit, wasn't he? And then Krang automatically turned him into like gold or silver, or
I don't really remember. I don't remember what happened with the second movie. Like, I remember watching it. I don't remember anything really about the story except for they were going up against Krang.
I mean, other than that, like the storyline of those two movies wasn't terrible. The animation of the turtles was a little horrendous because they were ginormous freaks. I loved all the imperfections they had, though.
Right.
Tape on their shell.
Yeah.
Scars. You know, something that showed they were real people and not just fake superheroes. But I feel like they were trying to bring the Ninja Turtles a little bit to the origins and not the cartoons and everything that we grew up with. Not, and they're trying to go to the actual comic book just a little bit.
Yeah.
While keeping everything that everyone knows about them.
100%. I think they were trying that. They were trying to like almost appease everybody.
And I wouldn't be upset if they made a third one and did it right. It's not going to happen though, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
But Captain Planet could easily take on the same kind of like, instead of being like, oh, let's work together. Like, I imagine it would be a little bit like the newer Godzilla movie where
How so?
I'm talking character wise of the humans. Like, you find out she's the bad guy, the mom in the new Godzilla movie.
I didn't watch it, so.
Oh, well, she's an environmentalist. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it.
Okay, whatever.
But she plays the good person
who's
trying to work with the monsters and all, but in the end, her goal is to destroy the planet. So these characters that are all part of Captain Planet can be much like, I guess, if you will, more relatable Billy Batson.
Right.
They're not all ultimate pure good anymore.
Right.
They're just normal human beings that get the power of fire, of Earth.
Right.
And you can also relate it to the Transformers movies and stuff. Like, those are all really campy, cheesy cartoons. Turtles, Transformers, G.I. Joe. And they all didn't work except for Transformers.
Right.
So you could do it. We could do it. Captain Planet just doesn't have to be like 100% pure good person. He could be like Superman. Like, he makes mistakes. He killed someone. I know you hate that part of that movie.
No, I was fine with it.
Okay.
I wasn't. I'm not.
I don't know.
One of those
Listen,
purists.
Captain Planet is not something that needs to get made. It would just be cool.
No.
It could be a good series too, live action. More than a movie.
Only if Don Cheadle gets to play Captain America or
Yeah.
Captain Planet. Only if he gets to do it. Hey.
So what else we got since we veered off into
Yeah.
many different topics?
So we were talking about the Disney Plus lineup. Is that what you want to discuss?
We could go over, because I know you're afraid that Disney's taking over the world, and
Oh,
I'm
they
excited
100%.
for their content.
They 100% are taking over the world.
I didn't pull up a list of their programs.
Are we talking just the original programs?
No,
or
just of what's available. Like, I really, and no offense to anybody who loves Disney, I don't give a flying fuck about all the Disney movies that have ever been made, dating back to the 50s, because that's where it goes.
Right.
All the Disney. I'm talking about just the content they
before
have.
that.
Because they even have Fox content. So we got Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck, all the X-Men animated series, Iron Man, the original 90s series, all of that shit. All the old Fox cartoon Saturday morning shit is going to be on there. And that's what I'm stoked for. Like, I'm afraid that since it's coming out in a few days, that I might miss the next 2 filmings of this show, because I'm going to be stuck watching old school cartoons.
So much. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I mean, just movies. I'm not even through movies yet.
Yeah, the list I saw categorized it by Disney movies and then by other studio movies.
That's what I'm seeing here. I'm looking at it's all so far. I got all the just went through all live action movies, Disney animation going back to the 30s with Snow White and the 40s. That's just movies. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Disney television.
It's extensive.
Disney TV shows, which is going from the 1980s on. Oh my God, the Mighty Duck series is going to be on there.
Everyone forgot that was a show.
They're putting all of Boy Meets World on there. Nice.
Ooh, I know you're a huge fan of Boy Meets World and Girl Meets World.
I am. That was a good series that got shit. Yeah, that got shit because it was on the Disney Channel.
I watched it after you told me about it years ago.
It got good,
and I didn't hate it.
Yeah,
but I also didn't love it because it was
they
so
Disneyfied
like iCarly Disneyfied.
Yeah, they Disneyfied it way too much.
And she was way too campy and happy.
Yeah.
Like, let's get excited about everything.
Yeah,
and I'm fuck you, Disney.
If they kept it to the original stuff, it would have been great. But they definitely made it way too Disney-esque. So like a lot of it kind of felt fake. And that's not I don't blame
Fake news, bro.
I don't blame the creators of it. I blame that on Disney because I feel like that's something that was like a Disney move.
I mean, they just made it a Disney Channel show.
Yeah. Shit, we got so many Star Wars, all the Marvel movies, everything from National Geographic.
Oh yeah,
is going to be on here.
That's something that the girlfriend's gonna love.
Random Simpsons, Little Einsteins, Ice Age.
Yeah, I don't care that the Simpsons are on there.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be fine
because I mean they have the Hulu property too, so the Simpsons is already on Hulu and stuff.
Yeah,
it's not like you're giving me something new, except maybe, just maybe, I can watch it without commercials.
See, but this lineup also isn't telling you all like the other shows that are going to be on there as well, because this is just going over basically just Disney content, because all the 20th Century Fox stuff is going to be on there.
Yeah. I mean, there's a big list of stuff that's on there though, TV show wise.
Yeah,
like I said, Darkwing Duck,
everything.
Rescue Rangers,
everything Disney's going to be there. I'm seeing. I mean, everything going back to the 80s.
In the Fox Saturday morning cartoon shows. Like, there's probably going to even be that cartoon about the sharks. Like the superhero sharks that had like human legs but big muscle arms and shark heads.
Street Sharks.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Not Thundercats, Wildcats or something like that.
You are.
They were like the military strike force.
Oh, you're thinking
cats.
I think it's Wildcats. No. Wildcats, maybe. I don't know if that's going to be on because I don't think that was a Disney property or a Fox show. Because you got to remember too, a lot of those Fox shows went back to their original owners. So like, there's ones that won't be on there.
Yeah, but I mean, either way, we have so much.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot. And like I said, I was seeing 1,000 different things on there. Just, I mean, it's ridiculous how much is on there. I didn't go into how much of the other 20th Century Fox shows that are going to be on there, because you got to realize like Firefly is going to wind up being on there, and
hopefully maybe that can reunite everyone's desire to get a new Firefly.
I would hope so.
I mean, how long have the fans been trying to get a Firefly?
Years and years and years.
And
if I'm not
mistaken,
I think Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk bought the rights to Firefly.
As much as I would love to see a Firefly come back,
yeah,
it's been too long. Like there are certain things that have been even because it's people,
right?
Like there's the whole. I'm part of a Facebook group that I don't ever participate in, but 1 million to save Wolverine and the X-Men cartoon series.
Yeah,
you can pick back up on a show like that because it's animated, but when you get a show like Firefly that's been off the air for 10 plus years probably at this point, the people have grown.
Almost 15, I think. Yeah, except for Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, but I mean, what's her name? The little girl on the show who was on Arrow.
Yeah.
Like you can't just pick up where you left off, and you have so much in between then and now. If you were to start the story as if it never stopped,
right?
Like you have to just go into like the Arrowverse type style throwback to.
And there's a problem with Firefly too, is because when they finished the series, they did the movie Serenity, and they kill Alan Tudyk. So it's like, you either have to do in between the series and the movie, or you don't get Alan Tudyk in the show and just have him in like flashbacks or something like that.
And you gotta have Alan Tudyk. He's the best. Bless you.
Of course, thank you.
Alan Tudyk is amazing.
He's fantastic. I'm so happy he's getting like more stuff, and he's out there more and more now. Because
I love that most people don't realize he's the pirate in Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Until at the end of the movie when he shaves. And he's like, yeah, I gotta be serious now.
Yeah. Yeah, you forget that. I always forget that. I'm like, oh yeah, Alan Tudyk's in this movie. Awesome. Like, he's great.
And he was in the original, if I'm not mistaken, Death at a Funeral.
I believe so.
I think actually he was in both. He played the same character in both, I think.
Did he really?
I
haven't seen those movies in a long time.
I never actually saw the remake of it, the American version with Chris Rock, I think it was.
Funeral. Really?
But I know he was in the first one. And or it could be that I'm thinking of what's his name from Game of Thrones.
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, I think he was in both.
He is in the Chris Rock one.
Peter Dinklage?
Yeah, Peter Dinklage.
So he's the one that's in both. So I don't think Alan Tudyk is in the Chris Rock one.
He is not.
Yeah, so I was mistaking my white people.
God damn it.
I can't help it that we all look the same.
You racist.
All of us white folk are...
You racist son of a bitch.
We're the worst.
I guess so. I guess we are. Hey. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That lineup's insane. It's gonna be. I mean, they're gonna control so much TV because they're gonna have all of it. They're gonna be able to upload all of it and
it's
have
gonna
it all.
Be fantastic for us until it turns. When it turns, it's gonna be very frustrating, and everyone's gonna get pissed off. But it will turn. But for now, $5 a month is pretty freaking great for all the content they have.
Yeah.
But when it turns and they start breaking it off, oh, well, since we have so much stuff, you got to pay this for this part of our package, this for this part of our package, and that for... And
you think that's what they're going to wind up doing? I think they're just going to keep jacking the price.
Well, that's part of what I'm saying. Is jacking the price by paying for separate sections. They're going to be like, oh, we have everything now. You're going to have the blue, the gold, and the silver... And the platinum packages.
I think they're just gonna, once they get everybody, because they're gonna have everybody. Everybody's gonna wind up on it. I think they just every year they're gonna just jump it up $1. Every year, and no one's gonna say a fucking word.
Nope.
Because they're gonna. Well,
at some point, TV is gonna be out.
Yeah.
And at that point,
because you're also getting a free Hulu subscription, I believe, with the Disney Plus.
You do, which I already have because of Spotify.
Right.
Which also just sent me a free Google Home Mini.
Oh, nice.
So if you're a Spotify member, the $10 a month, then you can get a free Google Home Mini.
Shit, really?
Not a sponsor. Yes.
I might just go and...
Or if you sign up if you have State Farm Insurance and you sign up for Amazon Prime, you can get a free Google Home Mini also. No, you get a free Amazon Echo.
Amazon Echo. I'll sign up for Spotify for $10 just for the Google Home.
I love Spotify for $10.
Like, I mean,
it's great when it's not common anymore, but for me coming here, it is.
Yeah.
When you run out of service, your Spotify still works because your downloaded content is offline play, even though you don't download or get to keep any of that content.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's actually something that people should know is anytime you pay for something like Pandora, Google, or Spotify, and you download something, it's not yours. You cannot transfer that to your computer and put it on a flash drive.
Yeah.
Unless you're buying something off Google Play Music and you're buying an album for $9.99, that's yours.
Yeah.
But when you pay for a subscription service and you download music, you cancel that service, that music's gone. And I don't think a lot of people realize it, but I also don't think people care.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people realize it, and you were just the dummy who didn't.
No, I realize it. I'm just saying, I think people just continue to pay for their subscriptions, and they don't think about what's going to happen when it comes to the point where they have to stop paying for it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I lost my job, or I have to cut back on a few things in my life. Well, $10 every month for this service, but I also pay for other services. I got Spotify, Pandora, Google, Apple, all of it. You're like, fuck, why am I paying so much for all these different things? They're all the same.
Right.
And you got to start cutting back. That music that you once saved is now gone.
Yeah, I still got to cancel my Hulu subscription.
Yeah, I don't pay for Hulu because of Spotify anymore.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that advertisement, I was like, fucking retarded.
Yeah.
I was paying $7.99 for Hulu, no longer.
Yeah.
But now that I'm getting Disney Plus, it's like, fuck. Well, I'm getting that for free with Spotify. So what are you going to give me now? Disney?
Yeah,
what are you going to give me now for my $5 a month?
Nothing.
Give me something. No, I'm not going to get anything.
You're going to get nothing.
Because I'm paying more money for Spotify than I am for Disney Plus.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. They are going to jack that price up so bad.
Yeah, $5.
They're trying to run everyone out. That's exactly what they're doing. And the thing is, it doesn't cost them anything.
No, but that's why paying for the year first that's when it's going to be beneficial.
Right.
like everything else in our lives, if you pay for it up front, your car insurance is cheaper usually by a significant amount if you pay for the 6 months in advance at once versus per month. But not everyone can do that.
Right.
So when you pay for, like I paid for the DC subscription for the year first.
Right.
I wasn't going to pay monthly. And now I'm like, well, am I going to make it a year before the subscription cancels itself? Probably. But then I'm not going to re-up.
No, I wouldn't.
The DC thing is going to disappear. But the Disney, I prepaid for the year.
So how much was it for the year?
I don't know, whatever, like 30 cents off of $5 a month is. It wasn't much of a
like
discount.
$50 or whatever, $40.
Yeah. Everything. If you pay up front, it's less. So if Disney starts jacking up the prices, like Netflix started to do over time. And they didn't even tell you. It was just on your bill. Why is my streaming service now $15 a month when it was $7 previously? Yeah. If you pay up front, then they can't do that to you. Yeah. But that's also how they're going to get you.
Oh, 100%. And the thing too is it's see, like, I can understand Netflix having, like, increasing their subscription over time. I get
because
that
they started doing a lot of original content,
exactly,
a lot of shows,
so doing that and paying for licensed content, it makes sense. Disney
owns everything,
owns it all. They're not paying for shit,
which is why it's low.
Like,
but it's also
it's line. Yeah, they're gonna take everybody and they're just gonna okay, now it's $30 a month. Like, it's exactly what they're gonna wind up doing.
Now, because the Disney thing, it currently has no original content. I mean, it does. It's in the making because there's a live Lady and the Tramp series, right? So that's an original Disney. There's The Mandalorian. That's an original Disney series. So they are going to have original content. True. Which is what's going to make them be able to jack up prices. Bullshit,
because they're not paying for anything else. 4 series, they're going to
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, right now, we got $5. Yeah. And that's just for all content that's previous. So as they continue to start making their own series and stuff, and you're saying they're going to jack their prices up every year, every couple of months, it's going to happen, and it's going to be the same reason that you just said Netflix did it. See, but there's a difference. Content. Here's the difference. Netflix isn't a major empire that.
Well, here's the difference, though. Netflix also buys licensed content. Yes. So they have a cost to keep.
Disney isn't even going to release all of the Star Wars content that they have.
They are. It said day one, all the Star Wars stuff's going to be on there.
There's a newer release out there.
Really?
There's a newer article that I saw that here's all the Star Wars content that won't be there. And we talked about it last time that they're not going to release the originals with all the CGI additives.
Yeah, they're not doing that. They're going to get it. I mean, they're going to wind up releasing all of it. But they don't. My point is, they're not paying for any of that content that they're putting on because they have hundreds of thousands of shows that they can put on the air at this point.
That are all old.
Yeah, but everything Fox has done, like
revenue for them.
And they've bought it. They own it all. Yeah. They don't have to pay for any of it. You know, so that's a difference between Disney and Netflix. And with Disney, like, okay, they're making the few shows that they're making, but like, that's their only cost is whatever shows they're putting out on.
They're definitely going to start making a lot more original content. But what sucks for people like us is that we're going to have to wait 6 years before we get original content of things like Daredevil back. Yeah. Well, not 6 years at this point. It'll be 5 years and whatever months since it was that Netflix canceled Daredevil.
Yeah. We'll never get that shit back.
Which fucking sucks.
It does. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
They didn't think about that when they canceled the show.
I think they did. I think they just didn't want it out there.
It's just bullshit because that was such a good series.
I think it was Defenders series. They were just pissed that it wasn't theirs.
And Disney jacked up the price so much that Netflix said we can't afford to pay you this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's upsetting, but, you know, it is what it is.
Hollywood or the film industry.
That's corporate bullshit is what it is. That's called Disney trying to own everything. Which they eventually will. It's going to be them, Google,
and
Apple.
We all know that The Simpsons has predicted the future multiple times.
They have.
Do you remember the episode when they went to Disney World and it was Krusty Land?
Right.
And all the robots started attacking everyone?
Yeah.
That's Disney taking over.
Yeah. It is. They're going to. It really is. It's going to be Disney, Google. I mean, as far as the media is concerned, it's going to be Disney, Google because of YouTube.
I'm pretty sure Disney actually has a subsidiary that not everyone's familiar with yet, but they have. They'll be releasing original content and part of the whole industry of technology. It's called Skynet. I had you going for a second.
I was like, oh, is he going to bring us something?
What's going on? Yeah, no, it's Skynet. It's called Disney.
Yeah. No, they will. Well, I mean, Skynet's going to be Google. Google is going to be Skynet. But Disney's going to... I mean, you think about it, Disney control... I think they did it. It's like they, at this point with 20th Century Fox, they control like 40% of the media or something like that. All the known media is Disney. Like 40% or 35% of it. Like, it's insane. It's absolutely ridiculous. Because you forget it's like ABC, like they own FX, like all those other channels, like all this stuff.
Which is interesting because I haven't had cable for the last 4 years or whatever. I've just been using my Fire Stick and my subscription services like Netflix and Amazon and Hulu and stuff. Are there still TV shows on Fox and FX original content that's coming out?
Fox, yes.
Well, Fox, FX is still Fox.
It's a bug on there.
Oh, hi, little spider.
Oh, shit. It's a spider?
Yeah.
Kill it.
Hey, buddy.
I do not need that crawling on me tonight.
Aww. Buddy, he's a little cutie.
I'm not bringing you to the hospital if he...
Well, I'm not going to pick him up. But either way, I'm not going to kill him either.
I got to sleep with that. Anyway... Yeah, I don't know. Fuck it. I guess we won't worry about it. Now you're worried about it.
No, I'm just... I don't want to leave it here when we close.
We'll pause this video and take care of the spider problem and be back. And we're back from killing that spider.
The spider wasn't technically killed. We let it outside where it will probably die.
It'll probably die.
Because it's cold as shit outside. We're in New Jersey.
That's true. Anyway.
So... We're about to wrap it up anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry for that little glitch of a second that it was for you watching this because it wasn't a break at all. But before we wrap it up, we do have a few different types of additional content coming soon, and we do have some guests coming on the show.
Yes, we do.
We got my friend Monkey, who's a drummer for some local bands throughout the years. He's going to we'll be talking about music. A buddy of mine named Charlie, he goes by Shameless Plug or Charles Only, will be on the show soon to talk about the FX show Legion, because that's in his eyes one of the best shows ever created. It's a good show.
I'll definitely have to watch that before we get down here.
And we'll be adding some content to my YouTube channel. I don't have a link to it yet or a name of it, but we'll be doing a bunch of possible food items.
Yep.
Local challenges or secret menu items.
Yeah.
Just some additional content. As always, John's got his gaming on the side.
On Twitch.
And I think we talked about maybe going retro with some of that gaming stuff.
Yeah, we might be doing some of that kind of stuff as well. Playthroughs of different old school games and whatnot.
Yeah, some Sega, NES,
N64.
We'll
do it all.
Whatever.
Yeah,
do it all. Old school shit. I mean, it's easy to beat Contra in 11 minutes if you know the code for 9 lives.
Yeah,
or 99 lives.
Yeah.
That's always an easy walkthrough.
Yeah, we got all.
But whatever, we'll figure it out. We got some extra stuff coming. That's the point. It's not just us two nerds talking about comics and movies all day.
We'll have other things coming down the pipeline. Make sure everyone likes, subscribe, Follow me on all that social media. Follow us on social media. I'll have all the links in the description below.
Maybe I'll put up
Share
a
this
poll
video.
that tells us what you want to see next.
Yeah.
Or what you want to see from our additional content. If
Right.
it's something food related, additional movie related content where
Yep.
it's strictly reviews of things instead of conversations about everything.
Right.
Whatever. We'll narrow some things down, add additional things. Hopefully you can give us some input. If not, we'll do it anyway.
Yeah.
So, fuck myself, fuck yourself, fuck everyone. Good night, San Francisco.
Later.